Welcome back to the next phase of our teaching. Feel it to change it. Our title today is Why Emotion is the Real Engine Behind Lasting Change. Why emotion is the real engine behind lasting change. Most people believe repetition is what creates change. Repeat an action long enough, they say, and it becomes permanent. Repeat a thought often enough and it becomes belief. Repeat a habit consistently and it becomes automatic. Repetition doesn't matter. But repetition alone is not what locks change into place. There is something more powerful than repetition. Something that determines whether a mental pattern fades or becomes permanent. That force is called emotion. Emotion is not just something you feel, it is something your brain uses as a signal. A signal that says, this matters, store this, strengthen this, remember this. Your mind does not record every experience equally. It prioritizes the ones that carries emotional intensity. Neutral experiences are often forgotten. Emotional charged experiences are remembered, not by accident, but by design. Emotion acts like a highlighter inside the brain. It makes certain experience as important. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the imprint. This is why moments of embarrassment, excitement, fear, or pride often stay vivid for years. They were emotional intense. Your system interpreted them as significant, so it stored them deeply. Now, here is what most people never realize. This same process applies to your thoughts, not just events. Thoughts combined with emotion becomes instruction. If a thought appears repeatedly with strong feelings attached to it, your system begins accepting it as reality, even if it isn't, because the brain does not evaluate emotional thoughts for truth first. It registers them for importance first. Importance determines priority. Priority determines storage. Storage determines influence. This means emotional repetition shapes belief faster than logical repetition. I repeat again one more time. Just listen. Allow it to sink in. The emotional repetition shapes belief faster than logical repetition. You can repeat a statement calmly 100 times and it may barely register. But if you feel something strong while thinking it, your system records it quickly. Emotion accelerates internal learning. That is why fear can condition someone in a single moment. But confidence often requires repeated reinforcement. Fear is intense. Confidence is usually trained. Your brain learns faster from emotional impact than calm reasoning. This is not a flaw. It is survival feature. Emotion tells the system what deserves attention. Attention tells the system what to strengthen. Strengthening creates automatic response. Automatic response shapes belief, and belief shapes the result. This entire chain often happens without conscious awareness. People assume they can act on logic, but in reality, emotional conditioning often guides the reaction long before logic speaks. This explains something many people struggle to understand. Why they know something logically but still react differently emotionally. Logic may say, I can handle this, but emotion may say, this feels threatening. When that happens, emotion usually wins. Not because logic is weak, but because emotion signals urgency. Urgency triggers automatic response, and automatic response overrides deliberate thoughts. Let me come one more time. Emotion signals urgency. to the mind, and urgency triggers automatic response. An automatic response overrides deliberate thoughts. This is why lasting change is never just about thinking differently. It is about feeling differently. Until an idea carries a new emotional tone, the system treats it as temporal. You can tell yourself something positive all day, but if it carries no emotional weight, the mind treats it as background noise. However, when emotion is added, the same idea becomes powerful. It becomes memorable. It becomes believable. It becomes influential. This is the hidden reason some people experience rapid personal shift while others struggle for years. The difference is not intelligence, not discipline, not effort. The difference is emotional engagement. When emotion is present, learning accelerates. When emotion is absent, learning slows down. Your system is always asking one silent question: how important is this? Emotion answers that question. Strong emotion says, very important. Weak emotion says, not necessary. And the system responds accordingly. This is why intentional internal change requires more than repetition. It requires emotionally convincing the mind that something matters. Once the system accepts that signal, it begins reinforcing that pattern automatically. That is when change stops feeling forced, because now your mind is participating in it, not resisting it. This is the turning point most people miss. They try to change through effort alone, but effort without emotional engagement fades. Emotion is what locks patterns into place. Emotion is what stabilizes new beliefs. Emotion is what transforms temporal thoughts into lasting identity. And once identity shifts, behavior follows naturally. Not because you push it, but because your system supports it. In the next video, we will uncover how high performers deliberately use this principle to prepare their mind before action, and why this method can dramatically change real-world performance. If this changes how you understand emotion, please like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channels, and follow us on TikTok. The next video reviews the mental rehearsal method used to prepare for success before it happens. Christ is the King. This is Wake Up Call. Peace.